welcome to the Vauxhall Motors walk around video. This will be a bit different from the previous ones. I'm just going to do like highlights. I've had a few walks around the show. I'm just going to do sort of the more interesting cars I've seen. I don't want to do a dead long walk around video. It takes too long to film, it takes too long to edit. There's other YouTube channels that do them sort of walk around videos that probably do it a lot better than me as well. So yeah, I'm going to try something a bit different for this show, so hopefully you'll enjoy it. But yeah, while walking around and spotting interesting cars, I came across this one, which is a Wolseley Hornet Crayford convertible, which was actually given away by Heinz as part of a competition in, I think it was 1966. Never sold to the public. So as you can see from that board there, you can pause it if you want to read the information. So yeah, they had 57 cars that were finished in either white or grey, and they all had red interiors. And yeah, you could enter a competition and you won one of them. And obviously on the boards there it said they came with a picnic set, which you can see there on the back seat. Electric car kettle, which according to what the person who brought this car here yesterday told me, took 20 minutes to boil a pint of water. So yeah, not the fastest. It makes the hotel kettle look fast. And a Max Factor makeup tray that slid out of the dashboard. So that's yeah, very rare car. But yeah, it looks great in white. The grey ones also look good. Saw some in a book as well. I'll try and flash a picture of a grey one on the screen for you. But yeah, this is one that's in mint condition, and then over here you can see one that's going to be restored. So that started out as a grey one. It's been painted red in the intervening years, and this was actually, after speaking to the person who brought the other Hornet, this was actually won by the youngest winner in the competition, but he wasn't old enough to drive at the time, so his parents made him sell the car, unfortunately. But I suppose I'll let him keep the money, hopefully. But yeah, there's some more information on that one. I don't know if you can pause it and see the details. Hopefully the camera's picking it up well enough. But yeah, that's thought that were an interesting little car to feature, so I'll be back with some more interesting stuff as well. Oh look there, some more folding motorcycle in a bag. That's quite interesting as well. Yeah, so I'll be back with some more interesting finds at this car show. So here we have another car that's interesting. Nice Mark 1 Fiesta. This is a bit of a time warp car, because it's like a 1983 950 Fiesta L model. You can tell it's only a 950 because it just says Fiesta L on the boot lid. It doesn't have the engine size. But yeah, this is interesting. It's only done like 14,000 miles, and it's probably the most original Mark 1 Fiesta you're ever going to see in your life. And look, it's still got its original stereo. It's still got, everything's as it would have left the factory back in 1983. They're the original plastic seat covers that were put on from when it was new. But if you look, you can see there's no wear on the bolsters like there usually is on these cars. They've usually started splitting on the stitching there. Or they had on the Fiesta Mark 1s that I owned. But yeah, look how clean it is. But I like finding cars like these that are like proper time warp cars that look like they've just rolled straight off the production line. And they're very clean under the bonnet as well. Very nice. Also got its original tool kit there from 1983, and there's a model of one. Although that looks more like a gear. And then it's also got its original first aid kit as well, and there's a Cricklade Motor Company original dealer sticker, and I'm assuming that'll probably be on the plates as well. The original plate's obviously underneath there. But yeah, another nice find this. Nice seeing cars like this at the shows. And then parked next to it is the other end of the spectrum. Escort Cosworth. This is a very late RS Cosworth, 4x4, and these are worth a hell of a lot of money now. But yeah, this is quite a rare one because it's got cloth interior. Most of them have leather, but yeah, the hexagon pattern cloth interior is very rare on these. Yeah, you can tell this is a later one because it's got a different badging. I sort of went with a badging on the Escort that sold at the time, which was the Mark, I think it was Mark 6. I think the Mark 5 came out in 1990, then the 5B in 92, and then the Mark 6 in 95. So this one made during the Mark 6 production. But yeah, very nice example, very original as well. Right, we're now in the barn find section. This is about the same spot that Papa was last year. Around here, about, well, I think where this Mini was parked. There's obviously, yeah, very crusty Mini 850 there, but this is the one I'm more interested in. A land crab that's been turned into an ambulance. I'm surprised this hasn't ever been banger raced, to be honest, although judging by the rust on it, I'm not sure how long it'll last on a banger track, to be honest. But yeah, here's the details on it. A 1971 Austin 3 litre. Oh, it's a 3 litre Austin. Oh yeah, because it's got the quad headlights. So the Austin 3 litre were very rare anyway, but the ambulance version of it is even rarer. I've never seen one of these before. Yeah, I mean, it's got all the structural integrity of Weetabix at the minute, but you know, if somebody did take it on as a restoration project, they'd definitely have something unique. I can't imagine there's many survivors, if any, of these left. But yeah, quite interesting because it's still got all the wooden dashboard and door cappings and stuff, even though it's been used as an ambulance. It's still quite nice inside. Just see if I can get, oh yeah, the window's open, let's get a better shot. Yeah, you can see it's still got all the wood cappings on the doors and the wood on the dashboard. Yeah, but it's another M25 Classics cars. They seem to have a knack of unearthing these unusual barn find cars. They seem to come up trumps at every car show on the barn find section. But I'll keep it rolling because this is another unusual one. This is one that Andy Livesey liked, an Alfa Romeo Alfetta 2 litre. I mean, you didn't see many of these like back in the 80s and 90s. They weren't that common a sight on the road. This one's been in storage for years. You see, it's survived quite well. The sills don't look too bad. The bottoms of the doors are savable. It's, I think, the worst of the rot's here. Whether it's had something dripping on it to cause that hole in the back of where the bottom corner of the rear screen could have had, yeah, could have been a leaky roof that's been dripping on it. But yeah, it looks nice and tidy and straight. Anyway, look at the interior. That's in cracking condition. Nice wooden steering wheel as well. Yeah, very stylish. But yeah, not a common car back in the day. It's a very late one as well because it's on an A plate, so that's 83 to 84, and this being an 83 model. But yeah, according to the information here, they were actually discontinued in 1984, so that makes it a very late example. And while we're here, there's another interesting barn find that I'll direct you over to. This one's been getting a lot of attention, which is a very early Mark 1 Mini, but yeah, it's got quite an unusual modification. Yeah, it's had like an aftermarket boot lid grafted onto it. If you look closely, you can see it's quite a DIY job. Yeah, not really. I mean, it has been, the whole car's been painted with a brush. You can tell. It really is masking tape. It's got quite a lot of rot in it as well. Yeah, look at that. That's not. But according to what it says on the information sheet next to the car, the owner's intending on restoring it. Or is it? Oh no. That's what it said on the information sheet, but apparently it's for sale. I think maybe the owners realised that it's a bit of a step too far for them. But yeah, I mean, it would make a interesting restoration project for someone. I mean, you're not going to come across another one like that, are you? Although it does look very odd. Oh, here we go. This is what the... Ah, this wasn't on here yesterday. So it's called a Mini 7 boot. Doubles the boot capacity. Made out of fiberglass, obviously. It requires no alteration to bodywork. So, in theory, you could just take this back section off, and you just still have the back section of your Mini intact. But yeah, that's an interesting one. Like I said, this video is going to just be all the unusual stuff that maybe I haven't filmed at car shows before. So not a full walk around video, bit of a shorter one. But like I said, you spend too much time filming, you don't get to chat to anybody. You know, this is the approach I'm taking at this show. Hopefully you'll enjoy the results. Right, here's another interesting find. Look at this. Mark II Transit van. Slightly modified. Love the paint scheme on this. The sort of sherbet orange with brown and silver stripes. It's nice, is that? But yeah, it's got extra windows in the side there. Yeah, this is really cool. So it looks great from the outside, but let's swing to the inside, because this is where it gets really funky. So there, look at the inside of this, look at that. Oh, that nice brown velour. Yeah. Brown velour, leatherette table. Yeah, very nice. 8-pile carpet. This is what you want. But yeah, this must be... Ah, right, so this is where the history of this van is, I think. Ah. Right, so it's been around since the 70s, has it? Fit with an aircon unit in 1978, so this van looks like it was done back in the 1970s, actually. Wow. But yeah, it's had a lot of work done to it. Yeah, there's a picture from 1995. So yeah, it's been around a long time, has this van. But yeah, this is so this is the main interior, which is very nice. If you look, it's very well trimmed. But yeah, I think the pièce de résistance is this at the back. It's got a whiskey bar at the back. Look how good that is. It's really well made. It's obviously been really well thought out. Yeah, they've done a really nice job of setting that up in the back. Obviously, I don't think while they're driving they'll leave the glasses out like that, so you end up with sort of a crunching noise as they all go falling over. But yeah, that's one of my favourites at the show so far. Right, here we go with a car I've not filmed before, a Mini Moke. Don't really see a lot of these about. What's unusual about this one as well, other than it's for sale if you've got 21 grand spare, but it's actually a right-hand drive model. I think all the other ones I've ever seen at car shows have all been left-hand drive. But the reason it's right-hand drive is because it was made for the Australian market. So, and that's why it's still in good condition as well, because it's lived in Australia most of its life. But yeah, from 1982, obviously based on the Mini mechanicals. Yeah, this is the details on it if you want to pause the video. Yeah, we brought back into UK in 2014. Yeah, that's an unusual spot here. So here we've got one for Mr. Pete C. Look at this bad boy. 1949 Mercury 8 coupe here. Pete's on about wanting another American car. This one is for sale. So could it be going back to Lancashire? Yeah, look at the lines on this, so very nice. You just can't appreciate the sheer size of it from here. Can't really get far enough back to fit it in the camera. Oh, just about there. Yeah, very nice is this. And you don't see many cars like this at shows. Obviously it looks very original as well. The paint's not perfect on it. You know, it's not a concours car, but it's very nice. There's some information on it. So yeah, like I said, it's never been painted or upholstered, so it is a very original car. Pete C would be interested in this. Look at the inside of it. How nice that is, and yeah, all original upholstery there. All in really good condition still. Yeah, I think this is one of those classics you could just buy and get into it and use. Very nice indeed. And here we've got the auction section. Obviously you've got to pay to go the other side of the white fence to look at the cars. There's no point me doing that because I'm not going to buy any cars. I ain't got any money. You know, that obviously helps, but there you can see it's a big selection. They look like ex-wedding cars there. Yeah, definitely ex-wedding cars, I think. But yeah, big choice of stuff. They've got stuff from Fiat Pandas to Jags and wedding cars. That old car there, which I don't know what it is. And also, if you look past that car, there's a Renault Velsatis, which are quite rare cars, even though they're not that old. Renault started making in 2001 or 2002. Obviously in Seabrook with now. Don't think he's here today. Apparently we were here yesterday. I didn't come across him. Probably saw me and like started walking the other way. But there, that's a better view of the Velsatis. You can see the roof on it there. Quite an unusual car. Didn't sell well at all. Oh, and there. Look at that. V-Cross. The Suzu V-Cross, that's an even rarer car actually, everyone just noticed that. Wow. That's a very unusual car, I don't think they sold that many of them at all. Yeah, quite ahead of its time I think. Sort of chunky off-roaders, it's sort of, you know, it was the start of things to come really. Yeah, that's on an S-plate, so that's 1999. So we can't just like climb the fence and go in and film it properly. So I wonder how much that's estimated to make. Right, here we have an interesting car. It's a Honda Civic Jordan Special Edition. Obviously meant to commemorate the Jordan Formula 1 racing team, not the professional attention seeker that's you know, always playing the victim. But yeah, a very nice example. This is I think it's a 1999, 2000. This will tell you here. This one's for sale. Limited edition of 500. But to commemorate Honda's involvement with the Jordan Formula 1 team. At last count, there were 87 on the road. Many have been modified. This one looks totally original. It is a year 2000 car, £19,500, which seems a bit much, but I suppose, you know, it's a case of find another one, isn't it? But yeah, obviously, so it's finished in the Jordan colours. Got the yellow exterior. It's got the black and yellow interior with the Jordan logo stitched into the seats. And this one's in great condition. Yeah, all totally as it left the factory, maybe apart from the stereo being aftermarket that can be easily put back. It's got the logo on the back seats stitched in there as well. Got the Jordan decal on the sides still intact. Still got the original wheels. Yeah, the badge is still on the boot, so yeah, very nice, very unusual. Never seen one. Well, I've seen them before, but not for a long time. But yeah, that's one of the more interesting cars I've seen so far. Here we have another really nice car. Lancia Fulvia Coupe in the early 70s. J plate is 70 to 71. But this is unusual in that it's actually an original UK right and drive car. Most of these I've seen at car shows have tended to be left hand drive imports. So with this being a UK spec car, it makes it quite rare. Well, really rare I imagine, but yeah, look how pretty that is. Really lovely looking car. Lancia had a knack of making really attractive cars back in the sort of 60s and 70s. But this one's for sale. See what it says. So it's 1.3S Rally Coupe. First registered, first 71. Oh, South Africa, right, it's a South Africa car. I didn't realise it was sold over there. So yeah, that's why the steering wheel's on that side. Right, so it's, yeah, 23,500. Which I think for what you're getting is not actually a bad price. You know, you can buy a, you know, brand new sort of Fiesta for 23,500. I know which I'd rather have. Right, so this is an interesting car. It's a Aston Martin. Is it? Oh no, it's a Jaguar, I think. Jaguar XKR. Yeah. It's hard to tell because all the badges have been covered up. But I think it's a Jaguar XKR. And the owner there is it's his own personal car, and he's what he's doing is he's for charity, for a donation to charity. You can put your name on the car. So these are all the names that have been put on it so far. Obviously the aim of it is to fill the entire car with the names.
2 names on it.
But yeah, it's all raising funds for Bluebell Wood Children's Hospice. You'll see there's quite a few there. We've put our name on it. Where's our name? Oh, there's our name there. There we are. Me and Anne. But yeah, it's quite a few stickers on it already. Obviously a while to go before the whole car's covered. But they should have raised a lot more money by that point. There you can see that one, that side are doing it like the Union Jack. So yeah, nice, interesting car as well. And for a good cause as well. So it's always worth putting in a donation when it's for a good cause such as Children's Hospice. Well, we've got a Capri, but it's yeah, unlike other Capris I've filmed, in that it's got a big V8 engine in it. There we go. This is the Piranha Owners Club. This is the Piranha Fords. All had big V8 engines put in them. That being a 302 cubic inch. I'm not sure what litrage that is. If anybody knows, stick it in the comments. But yeah, that's very nice. And then we've got a Granada. Looks like is it a gear model? It certainly looks like a gear. The grill's a gear one, but I can't see the gear badge on it, but I think it is. Or it was originally a gear that they've put the V8 engine in. But yeah, really nice. Really like the blue colour of it. And yeah, done a nice job on the interior as well. The interior looks, yeah, it does look like a gear inside. It's got the wood cappings on the doors, but the seats look like they've been retrimmed in leather. Shame that the windows aren't open, so it's not the easiest to see. Yeah, that's nice. Oh yeah, it's a gear. There we go. Got the cool louvers on the rear screens on these as well. And then over here, a cool louver on it as well. There's another Capri. This one you can see the interior in, pre-facelift Mark 1. Yeah, so these were made for the South African market. Obviously never sold over here. V8s weren't ever popular in Britain due to price of fuel. Obviously a lot cheaper in South Africa, so you could afford to run these cars. But yeah, interesting, don't see these a lot of car shows. Here's an interesting find. This is a Ford Mark 1 Granada that's only got 129 miles on it from new. Now we're told about this car and we're expecting it to be absolutely pristine, but yeah, it's not. But it's been in storage for ages. That's why it's like this. Obviously, it's not been stored in the best conditions. But apparently, it's never been registered. But yeah, so probably the lowest mileage Granada in existence. To be honest, I'm surprised it hasn't actually been banger raced, but there we go. That one Granada's still popular with the banger boys. But yeah, here's a story. So there we go. Right, it sustained light damage from a fire as well while it was in storage. So lucky it's actually still here. Oh yeah, actually if you look at that, you can see where it must have been towards the back end of the car, because if you look at that tail light, that's pretty melted. So yeah, it must have just been far enough away from it that it didn't, you know, that it didn't actually get set on fire itself. But yeah, an interesting find. Obviously you can see the seats have not fared very well there.
Alright.
But yeah, interesting find is this car. So here we are in Hall 5 now, and yeah, some more unusual cars here. Never actually seen one of these ever before, and it is one that if you're familiar with Ian Seabrook's channel Hub, you'll know this straight away. It's the Leyland P76. I think he drove one while he was in Australia. Obviously Leyland's attempt at cracking the Australian market, complete flop, unsuccessful at all. But I think it's quite a cool looking car, to be honest. It's very big. Not only that, it's got a V8 engine in it. It is a sizable car. Quite nice inside as well, actually. It looks, yeah. It sort of looks like it should have succeeded, but you know, it's got all the ingredients. It's got the big V8 engine. It's a good size. Apparently you can get barrels in the boot, but unfortunately, just as with like BL at the time, it wasn't very well made. It wasn't really tough enough for the Australian terrain. Bit of a shame, but there you go. But yeah, the P76. Right, so here we are near the Practical Classics live stage, and come across a quartet of interesting Renaults. First up, we've got a Renault 8, which rear engined, I believe. Pretty sure it's a rear engine car. There's no front grille on it. That's a nice example. Nice shade of blue. It's Gordini as well. And another thing I've noticed is it's an original UK spec right-hand drive car. It's quite unusual. Some of these I've seen at other shows previously have been left-hand drive imports. So that's number one, and look what we've got here, number two. Renault 7T. I've not seen one of these for ages. This is an earlier model because it's got the more chrome around the front end of it. But yeah, the Renault, well, there were actually two cars launched. I think it was in about 1970-71. The Renault 15 just had a big back window. So instead of this going up here and this separate area here, it just had one big piece of glass. What I'll do is I'll try and superimpose a picture of a 15 on the screen while we're going through this, so you can see the difference. But yeah, this was pretty cool in that you could wind the back window down. So it was like a pillarless coupe here. This one obviously couldn't do that on the 15. The big rear window wouldn't open, obviously. But yeah, pretty cool interior as well. This being an early one, it has a slightly different dashboard. But yeah, in very nice condition this, and yeah, this weren't a common sight back like in the 80s and 90s really. You didn't see a lot of them on the road. But yeah, really nice that. On L plate, so that's 72 to 73. But yeah, nice, it's got Dunlop wheels on it as well. Yeah, this is one of my favourites I've seen at the show. Very nice, it's like quirky French motors. And then, comes to a slightly newer quirky French motor, is a Renault Aventime. Which is really huge. I'm struggling to get this in the viewfinder of the camera. But yeah, it is a massive car when you see it in the map. That's also got pillarless coupe design, but like in an MPV sort of format. Although, well, looks like it should be an MPV, but I think it's only like 4-seater. I think that's why it wasn't such a success, because it didn't really know what sort of car it wanted to be. It kind of looked like an Espace. It was made by Matsuda, who made the Espace originally. I think the body panels might be fiberglass on this as well. Not 100% sure, but correct me if I'm wrong. But this is now, it's no two plates, this is 21 years old now. I mean, it still looks very modern. It looks like, you know, wouldn't look so out of place through, you know, well, it would look out of place because it's actually got interesting styling, you know, so it would look out of place with most modern cars. But yeah, like, look at that big pan roof on it, you know, big sliding sunroof as well. And it is very nice inside. It's got a lovely leather interior. But I like this with the rear lights as well. That's a nice nice feature. But obviously the styling was very closely related to the Megane and the Velsatis that were around at the same time, with this like protruding rear end, which if anybody can remember the Megane adverts, they use the Groove Armada song, Shake That Ass. So you know, they made like a feature, or made a point of it in the advert. Right, and then final Renault in this quartet here is a Renault 11, which is a car that you used to see absolutely loads of on the roads, and then they just seem to completely disappear. Or, well, I used to see a lot of them that were terminally rusty, but this one's in really nice condition. D plate, so it's like 85, 86. Looks like it's still got its original wheel trims there. It's all nice. Looks like it's an unrestored one. There's a few bits that aren't quite mint, but overall it's in really good condition. It's nice, sort of not checked in like gingham, sort of square interior. Very 80s looking dashboard. Shame the window's not open, so I could pick it up better. And yeah, there you go. This is a slightly later one in that this strip at the back goes all the way across. On the earlier models it was broken up by the number plate, but on these later ones they put the strip all the way across the boot lid and lowered the number plate into the rear bumper. But yeah, then we've got it got the brochure there as well, Renault 11 TXE. I don't think, no, this isn't a TXE, this is a GTL. Yeah, the seats on that one look different. But yeah, I'll be back soon with some more cars that I find interesting. Right, we're by the live stage here. Hopefully you can hear me over the people talking on the stage. But here we've got a nice Japanese coupe from the 70s. But what is it? Well, you know it's a Honda. What Honda? Let's have a look. Ah, so this is a practical classic staff car. So this is a 1972 Honda 1300 Coupe 7 GT. Wow, this is a rarity. Has this been imported from Japan, or is it an original UK car? Or it even sold over here? Yeah, I'm not sure. In the small number plate would indicate that it's an import. Yeah. Very rare car here. Right, so here we have a car that was actually well ahead of its time. This is the Matsuda Rancher, made in the 70s and early 80s. It was kind of a car that looked like a four-wheel drive, but it only had two-wheel drive, and it's got all the sort of 4x4 chunky features on it. And you see, it's kind of, yeah. It's what's popular now, sort of two-wheel drive cars that kind of look like they should be off-roaders, but they're not, and don't have any off-roading abilities whatsoever. But yeah, Matsuda was, you know, 25-30 years ahead of all that. But unfortunately at the time, people weren't really ready for it, so it wasn't a success. But yeah, I think funky looking things. It's a really nice example. Looks like an original UK car as well, because it's right-hand drive. I think that'll be its original dealer plate actually. So it obviously originated from the Peugeot Talbot Century Lymington, which I'm not sure where Lymington is. If anybody knows where Lymington is, stick it in the comments. But yeah, there we go, that's when they started making the Rancher in 1977. But yeah, nice example this. Nice shade of sort of copper bronze as well. Kind of, yeah, it kind of looks like copper bronze before. But yeah, very nice car, very ahead of its time. Right, well here's some cars I've not really seen before, brand I'm not familiar with. Stimson. This is a 1972 Stimson Safari 6. It's there telling you the history of it. But yeah, it's unusual. I'm assuming these are all based on a Mini. Obviously, it says Mini kits there, so I mean they look like they are Mini based. A lot of these sort of 70s kit cars were based on Minis, because obviously there are loads of them about. They're easy to like take apart and put together. Plenty of spares. Yeah, there's another one. No, thank you. This one looks a bit mad, to be honest. That's only three-wheeler as well. If you look, there's only one wheel back there. So the camera can pick it up well enough. But yeah, just a three-wheeler, that one. This is more like your classic beach buggy. And then there's another one that looks like it'll be some sort of off-roader called the Trek. And then there's this one as well, which looks like it'd be loads of fun to drive. Obviously, they're saying there, if mud ain't flying, you ain't trying. Another one there, less traction equals more action. Very good. Because it is an interesting one. And you might say, well Chris, you've filmed plenty of mini metros before. What's so special about this one? But if you look, so this is that's one side of it, this is the other side. So as you can see, half of the car has been stripped and shot blasted. So apparently this was found in a field. But yeah, you can see it's very rusty. There's a lot of rust on this. I mean, this kind of making Bramble has found look quite mint. But yeah, what they've used it, they've only done half of it to use it as like an advertisement for the shop blasting company, which is Allen Automotive there. So yeah, it's kind of a display vehicle, you know, to show what the shop blasting process does. Obviously, it just exposes all the holes and all the rust. Like with Bramble, when sort of similar to Bramble being acid dipped, same sort of principle. It takes off all the paint, it takes off all the rust, it takes off all the contaminants. You can see exactly where your car's, you know, where the rot's taken away the metal on your car. Obviously, you know, that's a big hole. Floors are quite ropey as well. There you go, you can see my foot there. But yeah, it's good advertisement for the business because it shows you just exactly, you know, what the shop blasting process does, and it obviously gives you a clearer idea of, you know, how far gone your car is. This one's quite far gone. Obviously they've just decided it's too far gone to restore, but it'd be great to use an advertisement for the business, which I think it is a good advertisement. Yeah, definitely. Right, seems like we've just had a metro that's been half stripped and shot blasted. I mean, pretty poor condition. Let's have a look at a really nice one here. This early MG Metro. This is really nice. I do like this car. I just thought I had to film it because it looks so straight and original. It's got the nice original features you like the original plate. Yeah, very nice. And yeah, very tidy this one. Being an early model, it's got the earlier dashboard, got the red seat belts in it, and the seats look pretty unmolested. I bet it's only a low mileage one, this. But yeah, in very nice condition. There, it's even got the sticker on the back of the screen. There's some information about the car. I don't know how well the camera picks it up. Looks like it's, yeah. No, it looks like it is original, but it had some panels that needed replacing. But yeah, other than that, it's like a very straight car. And there's the same plate on the back as well. Yeah, that was one of the nice cars I've seen at this show. So there's another car that you don't see a lot of in this country anyway. Renault Dauphine. So another rear engine Renault, like the Renault 8 I filmed earlier. This one's been slammed. This one's so low now. Looks like big back wheels put on it as well. So it might be, is it dragster? Sort of looks like it could be used as one, but yeah, I always thought Dauphine was very pretty. Very nice looking car. And again, this one looks like it is an original UK car because it's on the steering wheel is on that side. There you go. I think this show I've seen a lot of right-hand drive cars. You know, that usually if you see them at shows they tend to be left-hand drive imports. This is another example of one that's yeah, that's originally, you know, obviously the original UK car. But yeah, very clean. Obviously got a tuned engine in it. I'm not sure what it is. Let's have a look. Let's see if we can find out. Ah, right. Yeah, it's a 2-litre flat 4 Subaru engine. It's definitely. I think this could be. This is a Coleshill Auto breakfast meat. I think they all drive around in modified cars by the looks of it because there's this nice modified Ford Corsair next to it. That's a nice condition car as well. That's modified. I think it's still got its V4 engine in it. It looks like it anyway. Yeah, it's still got its V4 engine, but it's been modified slightly with the wheels. But yeah, it's a very nice condition, that Corsair. Yeah, got nice interior as well. Look at that wooden dashboard. That's lovely. Yeah, very nice. Well, you didn't think I was going to film some cars at a car show and not include any Vauxhalls now, did you? So here we are with a stunning Astra Mark II GT 16 valve Champion Edition. One for Mike Maron and Dan Wardle and all the other members of the 80s, 90s Vox Club. Look at this one, this is mint. Got a nice leather interior there. This is like the holy grail of Astra GTEs right there. Apparently this is an unrestored garage fire. And wow, it looks really clean. So there's the C20XE 2 litre 16 valve engine there. Let's think of the engine code for a minute then. But yeah, that's all really mint looking, all really original looking car. I love one of these, but I've got a feeling I won't be able to afford it. I'm wondering if that's an original sticker from when it was first registered. But yeah, that's very nice, is that one. That's one of my favourites so far. I love that metallic red colour that these came in. Very nice indeed. And yeah, look, it's got its original plates as well. Like original plates on Pluto Motors. But here's another Mark II Astra. We've got a trio of Mark II Astras here. I'm going to film all of them because I can and I want to. So here we've got a 3-door estate. This is a rare beast indeed. I think it looks like a Merit model. So yeah, 2-spoke wheel, manual windows. I think that seat trim is, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a Merit. Yeah, but it is. And it's been a daily driver since 2016. It's nice to see one that still gets used. I mean, they've driven it here and haven't even given it a clean off. It's just, you know, they've driven it off the road and you know, parked it up here and just left it. And then another Astra estate, which you don't see as many of the estates as the hatchbacks. This is an LXI model, 5-door, unlike the other one next to it that's a 3-door. This one's got those cool, like Burberry check pattern seats in it. Obviously the driver's seats have come to the wear that they all end up doing. I think, is this a LXI, was it 1.8? I think it might have been 1.8. Might tell me somewhere if I walk around the car. But yeah, if anybody knows about the LXI, I'm pretty sure it was an 1800 engine that they had. But yeah, three really nice Mark II Astras there. It's nice to see these cars at classic car shows. So yeah, this is why you need to walk around the show multiple times, because you can miss things. Because this is the first time I've noticed this car, and it's actually probably one of the rarest cars here. It's an Opel Commodore from the late 60s, and it looks, actually, does it remind you of a certain car? If it had O1 painted on the side, maybe? I reckon they definitely were influenced by the Charger with the styling of this. But yeah, very rare car. Not very common back in, I don't remember seeing that many back in the 80s and 90s. I remember seeing one. There was one actually with O1 painted on the side that was on the top of a pole at Skegness racetrack, where we used to go and watch banger racing when we went on holiday there. But yeah, it's really nice find this. Like I said, it's, you know, it's easy to miss things at these shows. but I'm glad I found this. But yeah, another one, Pooler's coupe, and look at that again. UK spec car, wondering if it might be a left hooker, but no, looks like it is an original UK spec car. And very nice lines, very obviously in American cars of the time period, but these got really cool rear lights that curve like that as well. Yeah, top quality this one. Really glad, but this is why, really glad I found it, but this is why you need to make sure you walk around the show plenty of times, because you can miss things. Right, and I think rounding off our section on GM cars, we've got one of my favourites, the Opel Manta A series, but this is no ordinary Opel Manta A series. I mean, if you haven't already realised, look at the paint. It's got that like sparkle paint effect. Looks really good. I don't think the camera's doing it justice probably, but that looks amazing. Yeah, them wheels really suit it as well. And yeah, it's got modified engine. It's 2.5 V6 out of the Vectra. And a very nice job of fitting it. And look at this interior as well. How cool does that look? Obviously retrimmed Recaros will be out of a later Manta B one. But yeah, they've done the door cards and everything. Wow, that looks great. It's a shame the windows aren't wound down on it really, but I start seeing reflections of my ugly mug in the windows. But yeah, they've done a really nice job of retrimming the seats in it. I do like that seat pattern. It goes really well with the outside of the car. Yeah, it's very nice. I would love to own this. If you want to swap it for a Mark III Astra and another Mark III Astra Sport that's in pieces, let me know. Right, we've got another interesting one that I've seen while I'm walking about. Volvo 262C coupe, styled by Bertone. There's a Bertone badge. And yeah, this is a left hooker because they never made these in right hand drive. So obviously they're all left hand drive. But yeah, a bit of an interesting coupe. I'm not sure about the styling myself. I think it's one of them you either love it or you hate it. I think the back window makes it look odd, but anyway, what does everybody else think? Let me know in the comments. But yeah, I think I've only ever seen one of these before. W red, so it's like 8081. Yeah, I think they're very expensive at the time. I don't think they sold all that many. But yeah, it's sort of an interesting take on the Volvo 200 series. I'm not sure if coupe is it. Well, actually, it's more of a coupe than some of these SUVs that are calling themselves coupes at the minute. You know, what is it? What's the one on the telly at the minute that advertising? Oh, a Skoda that's like, they're saying it's coupe and it's like a massive blobby SUV with slightly raked back rear window, which, no, that's not a coupe. But yeah, an interesting car nonetheless. Nice to see one at this show. Right, some more interesting finds. Here's something you don't see all that often. Some Saab 99s, but very early ones. You can tell they're the very early ones because the tail lights are smaller. They got like deeper. They went all the way down to the bumper nearly on the later models that were like from the late 70s into the 80s. There are two really nice examples here. The K-plate one, so that's like a 71, 72 model. Yeah, got quite a nice, original interior there. But it looks like a pleasant place to be, yeah. And there's the engine. Obviously, because the bonnet folds up like that, you get good access to it. Imagine if you remove the bonnet altogether, you get even better access. That's Saab 99 number 1, and then here's number 2, which is a later model. That's on a P plate, so that's 75 to 76. I like the alloy wheels on this one. Very nice. But yeah, these Saab 99s have very interesting styling, very functional. But this Saab 99 AMS, electronic manual special. I'm not sure what the electronic manual special means exactly, but it's got a nice interior anyway, yeah. Yeah, you can see it's been slightly altered for that model year from the early one we looked at. The next to it, that's what filmed a few more Saabs. We've got a nice 900 turbo, 1980s classic there, the 3-spoke wheels. Nice red leather interior as well. Yeah, that's. I've always liked these cars. They sort of look cool. I always thought the seats look cool in it. Yeah, very nice. I like that the interior is just all red. Goes really well with the silver paint. And then next to it, we've got Saab 9000 turbo. And these are rare now. The 9000s. You used to see loads of these on the road, but seem to have all but disappeared. Yeah, this is a joint venture between Fiat Saab and Lancia. I think Fiat, the model were called the Chroma. Lancia's, what was the Lancia one called? Was it the Thema? I think it might have been the Thema, but not. Or the Prisma? No, I think the Prisma was the saloon version of the Delta. Could have been the Thema, I'm not sure. If anybody knows for sure, put it in the comments. Yeah, it's a 9000 Griffin turbo, so it's like, yeah, the very top of the range. Very nice. Right, welcome back, and here's another unusual one I've spotted. This is a 1967 NSU Prince Sport. But yeah, I only really know that because of that there. Sadly that it is. Not really an expert on these cars. It's very nice though. Very small as well. I think this is rear engined as well, as far as I can tell. I think the NSU Prince, a regular one, more rear engine, so I'm assuming this is too. This is like the sort of coupe version of it. Got a very nice interior there. There's your 2 front seats in your dashboard. I think is that the back seat. You might get a couple of little children on it, or you know, a small puppy. But yeah, I do like the lines of it. Yeah, it must be rear engine because of the vents on the lid there. Yeah, it's got quite nice lines. I think it's quite a pretty little thing. Still at the other side of it is another pretty little thing. So here we are with some interesting freewheelers, which Anne is interested in because she used to own one of these. I think Anne owned this version here, which is, I think this was still called the Robin at this point. Yeah, or the Rialto later, I don't know, or a different model. Anyway, yeah, this is got the Mark II Fiesta headlights and indicators, and this is an LE93 special edition. There's the details of it there. Yeah, it's got an interesting colour scheme, this one. But yeah, this is what I used to drive about in years ago. Don't think hers were limited edition though, but looks like it's got its original dealer plate there, which is nice. And then next to it there's a newer one. This was a sort of updated version. Looks pretty similar from the back. It's on a W plate being like 2000, so they're still making these in the year 2000. But front end had changed. So Mark II Fiesta lights had made way for Corsair B lights. As you can see there, distinctive shape of them. And then this is, it says it's 1999. I'm sure W is 2000, but yeah, so W is March to September 2000, but yeah, if anybody knows any different in the comments, let me know. Now here's an interesting find. This is a really interesting one. 1960 Vauxhall Vega HK500. And I have seen these at car shows before, but they've all been left-hand drive. This is actually a right-hand drive example. So it looks like it could be an original UK Vauxhall Vega. So look at the info here. Ah right, yeah, this is registered in the UK on 15th of July 1960. So yeah, very rare beast indeed. It obviously looks like it's been laid up for a long time. But yeah, I mean, how cool does that look? You know, really love the proportions and the lines of this car. It's very nice. But yeah, this is kind of a little mini barn find section. And there's one here for Sharon, look. Mini Clubman. With the forward panelling down the sides. And this looks like it's, yeah, needs a little bit of TLC. That's the estate version. So it's got sliding windows in the back and the big doors on the rear to fit more luggage. But yeah, that's the information on that one. But yeah, I think it's Vauxhall Vega so far. That's the star of the show so far. That's really rare find is that. Right, here we have Vauxhall Victor FE, and I know I have filmed these cars before at car shows, but this one's quite an interesting one because it's advertising Great British Car Journey, which is a motor museum in Derbyshire where you can go and actually drive some of the cars. I'm wondering if this is one of the cars that you can drive. I hope so anyway. I would like to drive one of these. I like these Vauxhall FE Victors. But yeah, this could be one of the cars that you can actually, you know, you pay a certain amount of money and you can drive. I think they've got like their own private road that you can drive the cars around. So it's, yeah, as well as going and looking at cars like you can do here, you can actually drive them as well. So it's an interesting car. This Mercedes here, this has been slammed right down. I'm assuming it's got that air suspension on it where it can be raised and lowered at will. But yeah, this is a 4.5 litre 280 SE. Assumed from like the 1960s. But yeah, it's got a really cool interior. Yeah, look at that. That's really nice, is that? It's a really funky one. Yeah. Very nice, all nicely trimmed. Yeah, but yeah, it looks great in that gunmetal grey with the red interior there. But yeah, definitely imposing car. Let's have a look, see what this is. Ah, right, so it's from 1972, but it was introduced in the 60s, so you're kind of right. Yeah, it tells you all about it on there anyway. Before we leave this section, I'll have to film this one as well because this is one of my favourite Mercedes cars, the S-Class Coupe. Look at that, how cool does that one look? But yeah, this is a 560. Yeah, that's nice. I love the proportions of this. It just looks really right, and got a nice interior as well. Nice blue leather interior. Obviously a very expensive car at the time. It was owned by like doctors, lawyers, you know, that sort of people. But yeah, this is a nice one. And yeah, I think a good way to finish off that section of the video. Right, here we go with another rarity. Audi 100 coupe. It's really nice. Love the colour of it. Yeah, this is well, looks like it's an original UK car, right and drive. Let's have a look on this. Yeah, it says first supplied by Doncaster Motors of Mansfield. Registered on 17th of August 1973. I'm going to pause that to read the full details of this car. But yeah, really nice is that. Don't know if I can get into this area to film it, like the back of it. I don't know. Would be nice to film it from all angles. I'll have a walk in, see if I get told off. That's, yeah, it's really nice, is that? See if I can get around the other side, give you a better shot of the side view of it. Yeah, really nice lines on it. Yeah, it's a very big car actually. Big, but there you go. Coupe S automatic. Look how nice and original that is. Yeah, got nice interior as well. Yeah, lovely green interior to match the exterior as well. Shame that we can't actually go inside because the windows shut. Yeah, another rarity there. I think I've only ever seen one other at a car show. Right, here we've got nice 1980s classic for you. Toyota Corolla hatchback. I think it's a GTI model, is it? Yeah, it is a GTI. Twin cam AE82 to give it its full title. So yeah, 1600 16 valve twin cam fuel injection, which were obviously a big thing back in the 1980s. Obviously you can see them making a big fuss about it by putting twin cam 16 on the side of the car. But yeah, look at those nice 80s features such as the black wheel arch lips and the side skirts. And yeah, very much of its time. I mean, I think it looks cool as, but yeah, is very much a, you know, car that could only be made in the 1980s. But yeah, this is good. It's got its original features there, the manual, all the handbooks and stuff. It's original twin cam 16 black leather folder for all them books. But yeah, it's nice anyway. It's don't know if that's the original dealer plate, panel craft elite. Typeface looks too narrow for it to be the original plate. But yeah, I like these alloys as well. They're really funky as well. Really suit the car. Yeah, another nice find, this one. There's the interior as well, which looks blue. Is it just look blue? Or is that? So I think the fabric on the seats is blue. But yeah, really nice. Nice to find these old arches that are still in good condition. Right, so we've come to the final car that I'm going to film at this show, and yeah, I think this is a pretty good one to finish on. Yeah, it's a Triumph TR7 Tracer Estate. Here's some info about the car. And there. And yeah, according to that, it's the only one built. That's the reason why nobody really wanted to order one, because of the price. But yeah, it's a bit of a strange one. It's yeah, obviously the back end's been made into, you know, it's got 4 seats now rather than 2, and some luggage space in it. I think it's all in steel as well. I thought it might have been fiberglass, but I spoke to the owner and they said that it's all in steel, this back part of it. But yeah, it's a bit of an interesting concept. Like, could be another car that were a bit ahead of its time, because you see now there's cars like the Volvo C30, which is like a sort of estate, sort of coupe hybrid. So, you know, there was a, you know, you can see why they came up with the idea, that they thought people might be interested in it. But yeah, it's 4 o'clock now, so I'm going to be getting ready to go soon. Getting all the stuff ready. Been another good show. Hope you like this video where I've shown you some of the more interesting cars on display. Obviously it's hard filming a full video of me just walking about. It's time consuming, and you know, I end up spending more time filming than like speaking to people and socialising. But hopefully this will make an interesting enough video for anybody who wants to get an idea of what the show itself's like. Will also be the road trip video, me and Pete messing about, me eating burgers and stuff. So, you know, there's always that one to look forward to as well. But, yeah, that's it from me for the NEC Restoration Show this year. Hope you enjoy the video. See you later.